Started to feel like shit heading to the worst. I wouldn't even make a dial if you put me on the climb. Let me be there for a while. When I look into your eyes, I don't see the same smile. Probably blame me for the drugs I was on before you found me.
Hey yo, what's good? It's your boy Matt B, aka Piff. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking out another video. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for your boy. Share this video to any of your platforms. It only takes a second to get your boy voice heard. Please share this video to any of your platforms. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Reddit, anything. Share this video. Comment down below and tell me what you think about the video as well and what you think about this commentary. Please comment and tell me what you think. This story, man, had me up last night. And I finally, pulled enough strength to be able to talk about this because, there's a lot of stuff that I've been seeing in lately or in the past few years of my awakening. And it's stuff like this, the reason why I now do what I do, as in, trying to bring the community together, all communities together, anybody who look at themselves as a person that's against the establishment and hold traditional family values. It is what it is. These are the type of stories that the mainstream media will never. This is not what CNN is talking about. This is not what MSNBC is talking about. This is not what a lot of the mainstream medias. You will not see this over and over and over on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, any of these platforms. You will not see stories like this where people do bring these predators to justice. A lot of the bull crap that you see online now, or when you see important stuff like this, it's only relevant for a few days or so, and then here come the biggest next topic that has nothing to do with your city or community, and you forget about everything that's going on around you. I never will get over a lot of the stuff that I see going on in these different communities, where a lot of these people are a reflection of myself. But enough talking. I'm going to run both of these stories consecutive, and then I'm going to come back and give the rest of my commentary. And I promise you, if y'all listen to everything in its entirety, I guarantee you, this is the discussion that we need to have.
Less than 24 hours ago, 15-year-old JANAIRA Muhammad, a freshman at Austin East High School, died at a hospital after she was shot on Selma Avenue and Cherry Street. Her death comes 4 days after another Austin East student, 16-year-old STANLEY FREEMAN Jr., also lost his life in a shooting just as he was leaving school.
Right now, family, friends, and community members are remembering STANLEY FREEMAN Jr., the teenager who was shot and killed leaving school on Friday. 10 News reporter Malik Jackson is at Jarnigan & Son Mortuary, where in just 30 minutes there will be a vigil for Stanley. Malik, you had a chance to speak with his family.
Yeah, Lewis, the emotion here is still incredibly raw. As you can see, people are starting to show up here to the visual, which is set to start in just under 30 minutes. I had the chance to speak with his best friend, teammate, and cousin, Deshaun Bishop, just about how much he meant to him.
So we did almost anything we could together, whether it was playing sports or just hanging out. He always brought that joy to the room. He always came in smiling. He always had a smile on his face, no matter what.
Deshaun, speaking for so many who continue to spread that sentiment, he was a positive force. He was someone that brought a smile to so many faces. I also had the opportunity to speak to his coach, Nathan Guy. He's been his coach for over 7 years, and he's watched Deshaun go from a boy to a man. Take a look.
I know he could be anything he wanted to be.
Stanley Freeman's coach of over 7 years remembers Stanley as a young man who had big dreams, capable of doing whatever he aspired to do.
You know, I'm not going to be able to know what he grew up to be. You know, was he going to be a vet? Was he going to be a doctor? You know, was he going to be a restaurant owner or a college graduate?
But more than anything else, Stanley had a love for the game of basketball.
Man, he loved Jordan shoes. And anything about hoops and basketball.
And tonight, Guy, who considered Stanley like a son, feels the weight of his absence.
It's like somebody took a part of my heart out and ripped me apart.
And even though he's gone now, Guy is confident in the mark Stanley left behind.
The only thing that we're going to know is that he left a mark on everyone, a positive mark, and he's going to be severely missed.
And that's the constant theme from everyone we've talked to. He was a positive force. He was hard-working, and he had dreams. He had big dreams. And, of course, we'll be covering this visual that's just about to start in about 30 minutes here, and we'll have more about that coming up on Night Beat tonight. In Knoxville, Malik Jackson.
Thank you, Malik. Tragedy is used way too often, but it definitely works in this situation.
3 young people from the same school killed in 3 weeks. That is what our community is trying to process tonight. My colleague Robin Wilhoit is anchoring our team coverage of this story from East Knoxville. Robin.
Well, John, right now authorities are saying there are no suspects in the shooting deaths of Stanley or JANAIRA. City and county officials begging, pleading people to come forward. If you have information, let them know so they can solve these crimes. As you can well imagine, emotions are running high in this community, and especially among those who love JANAIRA. 10 News reporter Shannon Smith spoke to her family today, who, Shannon, they say they are going to miss her infectious smile.
Robin, when I talked to 2 of her sisters and her best friend, I mean, they all cried, and it's just hard to see, and it's an understandably emotional day for all these people involved, especially those who are close to her, who want people to remember JANAIRA for how she was, a bright personality, a smile that would help anybody, and they don't want anybody else to die the way that she did.
Hey, that's my baby sister.
JANAIRA Muhammad is a life gone too soon. Her older sister, Sierra Woodruff, held her picture up for all to see Wednesday.
She's beautiful. Only 15 years old. She was very active. She didn't sit around. She got active in her community.
JANAIRA was a dancer, played volleyball and basketball, and was very involved as a freshman at Austin East High School. Her friends called her Nana.
That's my lifetime friend. Like, she's supposed to be here forever.
Her best friend, Honesty, is just one of many people hurting after her death.
She'd help anybody with anything. If you ever asked her, she was coming.
JANAIRA's kindness was recognized by many, including her 9-year-old sister, ANIYA Mitchell.
She was always nice to everybody, and it's just sad that I had to lose her yesterday.
She wants her sister back.
She didn't deserve to be dead.
The mourning family is wasting no time calling for change and for anyone who saw something to come forward.
It could just as easily been your friend, your sister, your brother, your auntie, uncle, mama, anybody. And you will want justice, just like I want justice.
And JANAIRA's family hopes her death and life leave an impact.
What do you think needs to change?
That the guns need to be put up.
Powerful words from a 9-year-old who wants to see a difference made in her community. Robin.
Powerful and heartbreaking. All right, Shannon Smith, thank you very much.
All right, so y'all heard all that, right? And, you know, it take a second, man, sometimes for me to when I look at these different stories, man, it takes me a second to just, you know, take it all in, man, because at the end of the day, man, I have a heart. I'm an empath, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, these are the things that I'm just so passionate about and I care about the most, and something that I can't help but to, you know, bring to attention on my YouTube channel, or, you know, period. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Facebook, any other platform, you know, these are the type of issues that are going on in our communities that I care about the most. And the fact that you will never hear about any of this stuff, you know, it won't be a viral sensation in any type of way just because it don't fit a narrative. And meanwhile, while a lot of these, you know, a lot of these black people and these sellouts out here, man, they're out here talking about the white man this and the white man that. And at the end of the day, we're losing our children out here in these, you know, impoverished neighborhoods, in these urban communities. And I get so mad, you know, not even mad. I just get disappointed a lot when we sit up and we find excuses for the people in the communities who are, you know, gunning down teenagers like these two that I presented. And the other thing I'm glad is also the third one that passed as well. I'm glad that, you know, whoever harmed him was, you know, able to, you know, be arrested and everything else. So my condolences goes out to all three of these families as well. So what I'll be saying at the end of the day is a lot of the things that we pay attention to, and a lot of the things that we, you know, I guess not we, but a lot of the things that black people talk about when it comes to, you know, issues that are going on in Black America, they fail to mention these specific situations where we're losing, you know, prominent people in our communities. And I mean, in the past 2 years, I can definitely say that, you know, we lost a lot of good people due to these protests, due to differences, due to online type of disagreements and stuff like that. People wanting to step out and do their own thing and speak their, you know, everything has turned, you know, to me, honestly, in the Black community, everything has gotten worse in the past couple years, worse than it has been in years. So just like now, we're, like I said, man, what I said a while ago, we're finding ways to talk about white supremacy and all these other things that are not killing people in our communities. I worry about McDonald's more than I worry about a white man harming me. Sometimes I might do a video on this too as well, you know, to a lot of these sheeples and stuff like that, you know, because the thing to me is I always say, what did you vote for? That I said in the past year, well, what did you vote for? Are you getting the things that you voted for? What did you vote for? When I look at stuff like this right here, these are the reasons why I go out and vote. Anything that would save our communities is the best interest for me. I don't care about anything other than what goes on in the communities of, you know, righteous people. So even though I care about Black people as much as I do, at the end of the day, I still want everybody to prosper in what we call America. But at the end of the day, you're always going to get one person that's always going to tell you that the reasons why we don't benefit the way that we need to is because we need jobs, we need resources, we need everything else. We don't need any of that stuff. We need to take care of each other, look out for each other, and build relations with others that can save our communities.
After 3 weeks of 3 teenagers killed by gun violence in East Knoxville, the community is fed up. We set up a phone line where people could leave voicemails saying how they really feel and what they want to see changed.
I think it would be great if the community could provide a police presence to make sure that teachers and kids get safely to their cars.
KPD Chief Eve Thomas says police presence will be ramped up in the area, and the agency is hiring 3 more SROs for Austin East.
We will be very active and intentional in our patrol efforts. We'll be out on foot. We'll be walking in neighborhoods. We may be riding bicycles, but we will be talking to people.
Others are concerned not enough is being done to curb gang violence.
Gangs should be made domestic terrorists that would put an end to the gang violence.
Chief Thomas says while they don't know if these last shootings were gang-related, she's not ruling it out. And Knoxville Mayor India Kincannon says gang violence is up in the city.
So we have a gang issue. We have an illegal gun issue. Young people are getting access to guns, and when you have those 2 things combined, you have an uptick in violence.
While those who live in East Knoxville want to see money put toward action that will invoke change.
In order to stop this violence, we need more job opportunities in that area.
I'm Kitty Inman reporting.
Started feel like shit, heading to the worst. I wouldn't even make a dial if you put me on the climb. Let me be there for a while. When I look into your eyes, I don't see the same smile. Probably blame me for the drugs. I was on them before you found me. Seem like everybody judged me, so I ain't